I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the king of the 10-year-olds at at laser tag. It's Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
Doing really well. Two things, Turch. I'll get to the laser tag in a moment. How old is that bit of paper that you have in your hand
This
with the
is-
show notes of how to do an introduction?
You know what? I don't even need it.
You grab it every episode.
But
you grab it.
You know, it's like a comforter.
Yeah.
It makes sure that I get through.
It's your teddy bear at night
That's
time
right.
equivalent.
That's right. Yeah.
Your safety blanket.
Someone's got to do it, and it might as well be this piece of paper.
I'm just looking at it going, it's getting a bit, I feel like a couple more lifts and it's going to fall apart.
You know what the sad thing is? I don't even think I have this saved anywhere.
Uh-huh.
I would have to retype it.
Right.
So I'm a bit worried about. I'm not going to scan it because scanning it would get all these lovely thin lines all the way
And all
through.
the notes you've got, handwritten
And you know what?
notes
It's
as
actually
well.
got notes from an episode
Oh.
on the back.
Oh,
like
there you go.
it's
What,
back.
what did we do in that episode?
When I did Kids Bop. Remember Kids Bop when the kids sing songs like modern songs and all that?
Yes.
I think I brought in Dance Monkey and I'm
Yeah.
like, why they kidderized a song that was already for kids?
For kids, yeah.
It's like getting a new version of
You got to laminate it.
Laminated.
You got to frame it.
Put it up here.
Got to frame it. You've got these band photos around here. You've got Dweezil, your dog framed.
Yeah.
You need to
Just
frame
the
it.
important stuff.
Yeah.
Just the important stuff. But Kieran, it's good to be back in the studio with you because we've been a little bit slack, but the episodes are coming out.
They're coming.
That's the important thing. They're out. That's the fun stuff across the board.
I'm disappointed in you, Turch.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You didn't come to laser tag.
I did not come to laser tag for the reason of not being a 10-year-old. Maybe the height, but not the...
I want to put
fortitude.
it into context. I received a text message saying from a friend, "What are you doing Saturday night?" Which is a little bit ambivalent because I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm about to get locked into something.
Yeah.
So I had to take control. Right, I had to control of the situation.
You had to take control, and the first thing you went... I think you said to me you were obviously watching the episode of Always Sunny in
I
Philadelphia.
was watching Always Sunny in Philly. Yeah.
And you're
The
like,
laser tag
episode. Yeah, we could take over the base with Big Jim or whatever it was.
And I was like, "Oh, this laser tag looks like a brilliant idea."
Yeah.
So I messaged who wants to go to laser tag, and of course, one of my friends responds back with, "No, I'm not 12," and you respond back with, "No, I'm not 10."
So the adult answer, but one took the bait.
One said yes,
Yeah.
and another was like, I don't know, but I'll come along, but I might bail."
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. That's fair enough. I forgot how many young kids play laser tag.
Well, that's the if you had to say what the market was,
There's
like, what's your age group you're aiming for? You'd probably go 8 to 14.
Uh-huh.
That would be the maybe 12.
Yeah.
That beautiful bracket there of late 10s to early teens.
There really needs to be...
tweens.
You know how there's karaoke bars?
Yeah.
There needs to be like adult laser tag.
Yeah, okay. Like the adult mini golf, like Holy Moly.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called.
Exactly. You play mini golf and you get drunk.
I don't think that... Because I feel like if there was adults only laser tag is paintball. I think that's where you went wrong. I think you went... Like, laser tag is safe. You can't run. You don't actually get hit with anything. There's no risk. Whereas... I think the risk aspect adds to the adult aspect.
Right.
And you've got to go paintball. And I've only been paintballing once. And I got hit right on one of my
my
cheeks.
plan was going to be like an escape room. Get drunk.
Yeah.
Get the equipment on me.
Yeah.
Everyone sort of marches in and off they go, and then I sneak back out to the bar and come in like the last, 5 minutes and haven't been shot.
Or just have a really good team, finish it in 10, and then go into other people's with a drink.
That was sort of my idea. But there were way too many kids, so we got drunk and then bailed.
Oh.
We got there for pre-drinks
Yeah.
and then decided to bail.
Oh.
So you made the right call.
Thank you. Thank you
made
very
the
much.
right call.
Thank you very much. Well, Kieran, a federal election is just around the corner. I think the final votes are next week or this week. This week.
No, this Saturday.
This Saturday.
Have you voted?
Absolutely. I early voted, and that's what I want to talk about. Here's a bit of a rant, a bit of a story for you, Kieran.
So you must be clearly going away somewhere or can't vote on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I'm planning on catching COVID on the day.
On the day, right.
And I thought, well, if I'm I don't want to miss out on the potential of changing who our fearless leader is.
Uh-huh.
So I'll vote when I know that I'm definitely well.
Uh-huh.
And that way, when I do catch COVID on the day,
yeah,
I won't get anybody else sick because.
Well, what a super spreader event that day's going to be.
Well, that's what I figure. And that's why I've early voted. But first of all, I do have a gift for you.
Oh, you do?
I do have a gift for you.
Okay.
This is for you. I got this for you.
Oh, thank you.
It's from our very good friend
at
the Socialist Party.
Oh,
Cap
wow.
Larkin. Constant reminder on this show every time that it is an election time. This is the woman that faked a hate crime at school, claims that she went to a different school than she actually did, got shut down by Jordan Peterson, and claimed...
That's on YouTube, that's great. That's a great clip to watch.
Got destroyed on 3AW, and we played clips of that on here. And as usual, is trying to claim that she can stop racism with her socialism. So, I don't know, but the last big socialist party was the Nazis, and they were pretty racist. So, I don't know what she's thinking, but that's her little pamphlet there. I figure you could take that bad boy home, study it up, and see...
Oh, well, I've already voted. I did the postal vote, Turch. I was that organised.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How much do you think a vote is worth?
How much is a vote worth?
Yeah, like if you had to put a dollar value on a vote, how much would it be?
Oh, right. Well,
like how important is it?
Are you talking about in like how much they fine you if you don't vote?
Well,
that's like $20.
Well, let's do that as a metric, right?
Okay,
$20.
Yeah.
Would you put a crisp $20 note in an envelope and send it via Australia Post?
No.
And expect it to get there?
No.
Then you must think less of your vote than $20.
But I also go, this is hilarious because I did the postal vote. And to me, the postal vote is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because it is so convenient and don't have to stand in a line.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have people. Mind you, part of me wants to turn up on election day just to argue with the people handing out.
An old guest of the show.
Yeah.
Adam. Episode 14.
Yeah.
Adam LaRosa is the United Australia Party representative for Cooper. So I'm really excited to see if he...
Are you going to go there on Saturday and hand out how to vote cards for him?
No, because I don't like to tell people who I'm really voting for.
Right. Okay.
You know, just the Liberal Democrats in the Senate. But I did go there early voting. So early voting. It just means you go to somewhere and you vote. Very easy. And we found a place that was only down the road from us. Perfect. We're on the way home from this round trip of errands. We thought, Jess, let's go. So me and Jess and I, my apologies to everybody, walk into this place. And they're all bombarding us like, do you know how to vote for Liberal, Labor, Greens? I'm like, well, I know how to vote for Greens. What I do is I scrunch up your piece of paper and I litter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I do that to all of them too. But the Greens is most funny because, you would think they would do the digital option and show you rather than, waste paper. So we walk into the building and the building is colder inside than it was outside.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, this is already like the cold sting of death as I walk closer to the voting booth. Anyway, we walk in and so right now in Victoria, you don't have to wear a mask when you're working or indoors. You only really have to wear it on public transport. And like Ubers. And hospitals?
Hospitals probably, yeah.
Medical
centres.
Yeah, fair enough across the board. Okay, but if you're working like office or anything like that, no mask. We walk in there and everyone is wearing a mask. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay, it's going to be one of those places. But that's all, we don't have a mask, it's fine. So Jess and I are the only two people there. There are 10 people working. Mm-hmm. And Jess and I are waiting in line.
Yeah. How many people are in this line?
I'll say this again. Jess and I were the only people there.
Right.
There was 10 people working, and Jess and I were waiting in line. For a good minute.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know about you, but if you're waiting in line for a minute.
And there's 10 staff.
And you're the only people there. That minute goes on for about 100 years. Anyway,
this is the government for you, Turch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Joe. This is typical at least federal government, right? Yeah. This is what you want under a socialist government. More of this bureaucracy. Anyway, so I vote. I put my thing in the bin.
So wait, there's 10 people behind those desks that mark your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're waiting for them to. I don't know. It gets more ridiculous. So we get to the end. I finish voting. I'm quick. I know who I'm voting for. Bam, put it in. And as you go up to the two bins to put your green slip and your white slip in with all the numbers on it, there's a guy. He's probably like 18 or 17. He's obviously it's a part-time job. It's good money to be on that board. He's probably there from after school 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. For 2 weeks or something. Yeah. Good money, easy cash, right? And he's sitting in a chair, and he's obviously like security, but like I said, he's like an 16, 17, 18-year-old guy, not caring at all, sitting in a chair, all slumped down like this. Like we're all slumped down.
Is he wearing the purple vest?
He's wearing the purple vest,
AEC,
And I'm like, okay, well, if anyone, I don't know who's going to rob anything from you, mate, but if you're security, I think no one in this place should feel very safe. But he had his mask, like, sort of in that diaper.
Oh, the chin diaper.
A chin diaper position. And, Jess is still voting. And I go up to him and I go, hey, I thought, just being polite. Because you can tell he didn't care about the mask. I go, hey, I thought, you didn't have to wear masks inside anymore. And he looks at me and he goes, yeah. And then sort of looks at another employee.
Uh-huh.
And I look up to see how I have a look, and this woman has this 30-ish year-old woman has very bright pink hair, and has got a mask on real tight, and I'm like, that woman there has gone. I would feel much more comfortable if everyone wore masks. And so this poor 18-year-old kid who obviously doesn't want to be there, like we're the only
his parents have said to him, "Get a job,
and he's sitting there with a fucking mask on because this one woman is scared of catching the Rona when you don't have to.
Wow,
fantastic! I'm like that. So that was my voting experience.
Oh, that is great. It's sort of, they remind me of like when you do exams in high school and you've got all those people that like run the exams, which is generally all the retirees who just have to like follow everything by the book.
My brother was one of those.
And sort of don't know what they're doing, but
they actually can't help.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, can I have a new pencil? No. I'm trying to do things. Like my brother was one of those.
Yeah.
For a bit, like for some extra cash in between uni, and he was just like, oh, it's the worst job ever. You just have to go, your time starts now. Would you like to go to the bathroom? Your time is up. And I'm like, wow, that's the worst. When people that are the stop sign lollipop holders for the construction, apparently they make like $50, $100 an hour.
Yeah.
And Jess has always gone, oh, maybe I'll just do that on like 1 day a week. And I go, one, they're probably not going to hire someone for 1 day a week to do that. 2, that would be the loneliest job.
It would be so boring.
So imagine 8 hours standing there with just a sign that says slow, which depicts what you're feeling at the moment. Or stop with your brain actually stopping. It would just be absolute torture. And that's how I felt for this kid. He's obviously sat there waiting.
And imagine 2 minutes there for him.
Yeah, I know. He's just like, because he wasn't even talking to people.
That would have been
I was probably the first person he talked to.
Eternity.
Yeah.
So anyway, how much does it cost? Well, I don't know how much I've wasted taxpayers' money by getting my thing mailed out to me and then having the taxpayer paying for it to me to mail it back.
Yeah.
Well, is it going to be $2 now?
I think $1.10 per.
I don't know how much. If you are Ask me that. How much does a pint of milk cost?
I don't even know. We don't even
Or a
sell
litre
milk
of
in
milk.
We don't even sell it in a pint. Like, you know.
I've got no idea.
See, I hate that question. I guess they give you the average. But
Someone asked me about like, oh, you know, has inflation, the price at the shops impacted me? And I was like, I don't even know how much I pay for food. Like, I just...
Yeah. Oh, no, well, I did tell you the story about the $9 cauliflower and the $5 head of lettuce.
Yeah.
And then you came back the next week and you said, $5 for a head of lettuce. All right, now I'm going to pay a little bit of attention, I think.
Well, after that, I realized that blueberries had gone up to $7. And I was like...
they're seasonal, though.
Yeah.
Everything's seasonal, but, like, blueberries are very seasonal.
But when I actually looked, I was like, oh.
Maybe not this.
I know
Raspberries are not too bad at the moment. They're down to like $3-4.
I was paying $3 in January. Yeah.
Well, that's the season. Same as strawberries. Remember, strawberries went down for like $1 a punnet.
God, yeah,
that was the
yeah.
summer sort of thing. But no one wants to hear about that. What they do want to hear about is another rant I have, and that is
saying no to imperialism.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I'm just reading the pamphlet.
It's good. Good pamphlet.
Turch. Sorry. They're going to tax the corporations and the rich.
Oh, because that doesn't happen.
Sorry, too much fun.
It is great. You follow them on the old social media as well, and you give me updates every so often.
Oh my God, I love following the socialists on social media. It is just so much fun. And the funny thing is, they just fight each other.
You're not socialist. Yeah, no true Scotsman fallacy type thing. Like you're not socialist enough.
Yeah. They just fight each other. Or it's like, no, I think Labor's actually got a pretty good plan here. And then someone's like, what?
Well,
outrageous.
Nah. Imagine having like, I can agree with two things. Not just the one.
All right.
Here's a good one for you. You go into a bathroom anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Just like, at a sports event or at a bar. But you need to go... They only have stalls.
Yeah.
Right? Here's a rant for you.
Uh-huh.
The bathroom stall then swings inward rather than opening up.
Rather than opening outwards.
Yeah. So, so then you try to go in.
Don't most stalls go inwards?
I know, but that's what I'm going to rant about.
Right.
The fact is that most stalls go in and then it's like a really tight squeeze.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't want to touch the door.
No.
Like, I'm touching the least amount of the handle just to get it open. And then I know I have to touch the lock.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's touched the fucking lock. But now I might have to get the door past my body. Or have to do it like sideways to get it past. Why doesn't it just open the other way?
This is a very good point. And you're small, so you really don't have this problem.
Well, we're going to talk about some fat people later on, and you're going to fucking love what's coming up. I need to do a whole segment every week about fat people, and you're going to love it. It's going to be so good.
That is a very good point. I would also say I probably don't go out and take a shit in public.
Yeah.
I don't know. My body just knows.
But if you're at work and you've only got stalls to take a shit, because you shit on company time.
Oh, I use the disabled toilet.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And that opens up towards you.
No, it's a sliding door at work.
Oh, why aren't they all sliding doors? This
is I don't have this problem because it's a sliding door.
It's true.
The disabled bathroom is a lot more luxurious and clean and sophisticated.
Well, it's only because it's either going to be people like yourself that are going to sneak in there and be alright, or it's going to be a disabled person and they just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's no in between. It's not like a men's bathroom. It kind of smells like piss right now, but it's
no, the
men's
bathroom is okay until the late afternoon.
That's
evening.
right. When the piss really, when the trough really overflows.
In the morning and the lunchtime, it's fine.
Yeah. I think I sent this to the group chat, and it said, "Fellas, which one do you prefer?" And it's all the little things in urinals that could be in there to keep it clean. And I think Jess, Saoirse, and Sarah were like, "What the hell are we looking at?" And we're like, "Ooh, number 2. That's king." It's little things like that that women will never understand.
Oh, they'll never understand that you used to have to pull the cord to flush the urinal.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're all now self-cleaning.
Yeah, it's true. Apparently it saves water, but it just makes it smell more like piss. I don't know. You got some news for us, Kieran?
I do. Actually, before I bring in the news, Turch, I want to give a movie review.
Oh,
it's been a while since I've done a movie review.
I was going to say, I've just watched Tim Heidecker. He's like a comedian.
Yeah.
He was from the Tim and Eric show.
Right.
But he did this web series about reviewing films. And I've watched a couple of episodes. I just showed Jess. And I go, this is what it would sound like if you and Kieran did a review show. And it's like, today we saw Skyfall. It's got James Bond in it. James Bond. And all the stars are in it. It's really good. Rate it. Good action. 5 popcorns out of 5. I'm like, that's exactly how I talk about films.
All right, well.
What film did you see?
The new, not the Avengers, Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Doctor Strange.
Not the sequel to Doctor Strange Love.
Huh?
No, don't worry.
Oh, right. I want to point out a few things.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of the prequel stuff that I need to have seen. Apparently there's been a few TV shows or some other things.
Yes.
I thought it was like Iron Man 2. You know,
you just rock up
and enjoy the movie. So
it's all interlinked in the Marvel universe, though.
There are too many. You know what? Shows need to end.
Yes!
They need to end.
Seinfeld, 9 seasons. Perfect.
They need to end. Now, they're just going, you know what? There's multiverses. There's an unlimited amount of multiverses.
Yeah.
So shit can happen in another multiverse, but we're going to bring you back anyway.
It's the Rick and Morty effect where, this doesn't matter anyway because it happened in a different universe. You're like, well, why am I watching? What interest do I have?
So, I also fell asleep twice, so I may have missed some crucial components of the film. But let's not hold that back. The fact that
you talk about who's old. Like, my youth may have, I've got lots to learn. Apparently lots to learn about sleeping in films. That's the
movie cinema is 10 minutes from my house. And my housemate...
what a drive.
My housemate wanted to get there at 5:45 when the movie starts at 6 p.m. Which I was like, that is way too early.
Oh, that way you can use the toilets to swing inwards and take a piss.
And there's nothing else around it. It's just like a moving cinema and a Bunnings next door. Like, that is what...
There you go. 15 minutes of Bunnings. I'm sorry. Problem solved. Mate, I could spend...
Bunnings is on the... You got to walk.
I'm getting to that stage in life where Bunnings is great and my news feed is now full of videos of people mowing lawns. It used to be like jokes, and now it's like a guy that's like, ooh, and like a sped up version of him like trimming the lawn, like an edge and whippersnipping and then mowing the lawn and doing the patterns. I'm like, ooh, fuck yeah. Give me a bit more of that bad boy. Oh, look at this boy. New whippersnipper. I'm very impressed. Because that's how I explain why I enjoy golf.
Right.
So I just enjoy
the lawn. They all enjoy the lawn.
I just enjoy a good manicured lawn. Like what? I don't even care about the sport. I just care about the lawn.
It is amazing. It is. Anyway, we turn up way too early. I was very disappointed because I ordered a pizza there, but they didn't deliver it to my seat.
You had to go pick it up.
So I had to wait for it to be made and then pick it up. But anyway,
how good on a rating of 1 to Doc is a
movie cinema pizza? Shit house.
Okay, less than 1 then.
Shit house. But anyway, I ate the pizza, smashed that during the previews. Doctor Strange starts, and then I fall asleep. Wake up. There's this strange woman with evil eyes fighting Doctor Strange. Don't really know what's going on at this point. Have another nap.
Mm-hmm.
Leg room, excellent. The fact that I was able to fall asleep twice, excellent.
Yeah.
Crappy pizza. I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 5.
Wow, even with the crappy pizza.
Even with the crappy pizza. I still finished it, so it was alright.
That's alright.
I have no fucking idea what was going on. Too many multiverses. Marvel needs to end.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it must be coming to a close very soon. How many more films?
I feel like it's sort of like when you're a kid, I watched and read the Harry Potter books.
Yeah,
but then all of a sudden, I got old and I never finished or read the last book or movie because I had moved on in my life. I feel like I enjoyed Marvel when it first started to come out and watch the films. Now, no fucking idea.
I think it's because, I think you said it before, you need to sort of watch the other films to know what's happening with this one. But if someone to go through the back catalogue, it's not like Star Wars. Oh, you can watch like the first, like, it's like really only 6 films, you know, or you know, anything like that. It's, oh no, there's like 52 films. And you're like, oh no, I don't have time for 50. I'm going to watch 52 films to understand what's happening in the latest one. That's 53 films, even if they're 2 hours each. That's like 100 hours.
Yeah.
120 hours. You're like, you know what? I'm a white male, age 18 to 35. Everybody, you know, I've got better things to do with my time than watch like 50 Marvel films, which are for kids.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know. Jess's sister just bought her son to his first film.
Ooh.
Right? And I feel like this is a great review of what films should be.
Uh-huh.
So he was sitting down, he's watching the first preview, and then the preview ends. He goes, "Oh, that was a great film, Mum." and
at that point, do you leave and go, "He had a great time"?
And then the next trailer happens. So he watches like 3 or 4 trailers and goes, "Oh, that was a good film." Another film, and then he watches the actual feature-length presentation, not just an ad.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end he goes, that film was a bit long, Mum. Like, mate, I understand where you're coming from. Perfect. That's a good view, a good rating system.
Yeah.
For a bit too long.
You could have left with him after that first preview.
He would have been wrapped.
Even when I've been to the movies, I got to see a film.
Well, Kieran, I got 2 jokes for you that I've been writing.
All right.
And then we're going to talk about some real fat people.
Excellent.
Okay, this is my joke that, you know the aristocrats joke?
Yeah.
I'm going to...
The aristocrats!
This joke here is a political joke.
Ooh.
So, and it's sort of like the aristocrats joke, but it's political.
Okay.
So let me get my notes up here. It's very important.
Is it as long as the aristocrats?
It can be.
Excellent.
I'm going to give everyone the framework for the joke.
Okay.
I've added as much as I think I can for the podcast.
Yeah.
But then I think everyone can add more and more. And really, like, depending on what people believe in or what they want to offend, you just can add to the joke.
Okay, excellent.
Okay? So, a black, trans, gay, pregnant prostitute goes to a bar to buy heroin.
Okay.
The gay, black, trans, pregnant prostitute goes up to the barman and goes, "Excuse me, sir, or ma'am, or they. I would like to buy some heroin." And the this, they, them, LGBTQ plus A12 pedophile barman says, "That will be $400. The black, gay, trans, pregnant prostitute then gives the pedophile barman the $400 of Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. A Bitcoin, yeah.
And he converts
before or after it crashed.
And he converts it to Ethereum and puts it into his pedophile pocket.
Uh-huh.
And out of that pedophile pocket, he gives her the black, trans, gay, pregnant prostitute the jar of heroin.
Ooh, okay.
She then takes that heroin. The bartender says, the pedophile bartender says to the black, trans, gay, pregnant prostitute, he goes, or they go, "You know what? We don't get too many black, trans, gay, pregnant prostitutes around here." And the black, gay, trans prostitute, who's also pregnant, swallows the last bit of the heroin and says, "Well, at these prices, I'm not surprised."
Well done.
So I feel like you can tailor it to whatever you like, whatever you want it to be.
Not as long as the aristocrats.
It can be though. I mean, you could just keep adding to whatever you want to that thing. But I feel that's a good place to start.
That is a good place to start. There's a good framework.
Yeah, good framework. Here's my other joke. And I wish I could say... I heard something similar, but I think I'm going to do it a little bit more justice. Believe it or not, Kieran, some of my cousins don't speak like I do. I speak, I think, with a very normal-ish Australian accent.
You do have the nasal Australian part.
Whereas some of my cousins actually talk like this. Right? And that's something I weeded myself out because I wanted to be a business professional. Mm-hmm. I don't think you can ever get a lawyer talking like this.
You didn't want to be a tradie.
You don't want to be a tradie or a guy that owns a kebab shop. Yeah. Like, that's pretty much the two options you have with that voice, right? You want to pour concrete or make kebabs at 2 a.m.
Number 42!
Yeah. or at a fruit shop, right?
Mix, garlic, herb.
What you want? Smoking a durry out of one there. But I always keep it in my back pocket as something to just in case.
What's in your back pocket?
That accent.
Oh, the accent. Yeah.
Anyway, recently, the back of my car was just hit.
Really?
This is a joke.
Oh.
But you're buying it. You're buying into the joke. But the back of my car was just hit. Again, any wog can use this joke. Back of my car was just hit.
Sorry, I thought you were actually telling me a story.
That's a good. This is how.
I'm an idiot. Well done.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I did say I was going to tell you a joke. And you know me, no insurance, can't be bothered. I thought, maybe I could just find a panel beater just to fix it up for me. So I call around, and everyone's quoting me like $1,500, $2,000 to fix the back bumper. I get to the last person on the list, and it's called Joey's Panel Beaters. So I ring it up, and this is how it goes like this. I ring up Joey's thing, and I get the phone call, and it picks up and goes, Joey's Panel Beaters? Joey's speaking. And I'm like, this is when that back thing in the back pocket comes out. Joey, I got a car here, got a bit of a bingle. Goddamn, back bumper needs to get repaired. And the guy goes, back bumper, eh? I'm like, yes, back bumper. Everyone's quoted me like $1,500. What can you do? And the guy Joey goes to me, you know what, mate? That sounds pretty bad. By the way, you Italian? And I'm like, yeah, I'm Italian. He goes, you sound Italian. You bring it around to Joey's. Anyway, $600 later, I got my...
well done. You got to work on the punchline a little more. Yeah.
The punchline is, you sound Italian. Yeah. That's the punchline, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. Yeah. You'll get there.
But you know what is funny, Kieran?
What's that?
Very obese women.
Excellent.
So let's talk about that. I've got a couple of videos.
If we had our time again, I'm not kidding, I would have strongly put forward the name of this podcast, Fat People Falling Downstairs.
We should just name it Fat Women Are Retarded. And I reckon we would get so much hate. That would be the number one popular show in the world. But I can cut this bit and make this one episode of Fat Chicks Are Retarded and put it on everyone. Anyway, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. So I found... You're going to need your headphones to this one, buddy. Every so often, videos pop up in my Facebook newsfeed, Instagram, all that sort of thing. And I save them.
Yeah.
And this one here, I laughed so hard that I sent it to Jess. And I thought to myself, she's gonna find it as funny as I did. And then... she goes, I'm starting to watch it. And then 10 seconds later, I just get messages in all caps going, oh my God.
Oh.
Amazing.
Really?
10 seconds.
10 seconds in. Okay.
And you know what? I rewatched it just before just to make sure it was. And yes, 10 seconds in.
I'm excited. Okay.
So this is all of these videos that you're about to watch, or two of these videos you're about to watch, are about fat people and traveling. And the issues that they have.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So here we go.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
I can see it.
Oh, here we go.
It's super frustrating that there's even a difference between traveling as a straight size person versus a plus size person.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Do you want to hear that again?
Super frustrating that there's even a difference between traveling as a straight size person versus a plus size person.
A straight size person?
Hang on. Straight. I'm not going. Wait, are you talking about like a straight?
No.
Straight fat person versus a gay fat
No,
person?
no.
Just
So she's calling someone who is not morbidly obese or obese
straight
in this case.
No, they're just normal.
No, they're just
People.
They're just yeah.
They're not fat. Straight is not the right word.
Straight is not the right word. The way she's saying it, now she's almost implying that gay is not normal. Oh wow. So let's have a look at this video here. This influencer is calling out companies for their lack of inclusionary stuff in hospitality.
Traveling in general is difficult. In addition to, being removed from the comforts of your own home, you're also thrown in this like little wrench of like, oh, also you may be not able to fit all the places.
So
what?
Everything's so great about this. So she's complaining, when I go traveling, the first things first, I'm already out of my comfort zone. Then why go on holiday?
You are going to be outside of your comfort zone when you go on holiday.
That's the whole point.
But you don't buy... I would never buy a Mini.
Yeah.
Because I'm too tall for a Mini.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to get a small car.
But I don't know if you saw the background of this video, right?
Yeah.
Over here, where is it? Where was it? I'm trying to go back to it here a little bit. Here, like that. That is in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's that whole town in Greece.
I
can't remember off the top of my head. Like
there's lots of Greek built houses.
Oh, the Greek islands.
Yeah, Greek. Yeah.
Those houses were built. And I'm going to just give you like 2,500 years ago. And I have this feeling that if you...
And the average size of a person 2,500
was about a foot shorter and stick thin because there was no food. You couldn't get to the Goliath size.
I've been to Vietnam, to the Coochie tunnels.
Yeah.
Which, actually, because there's a lot of tunnels. Coochie is just one of the tunnels, right? But the Coochie tunnels are well known because they've actually widened them for tourists.
Yeah.
But when you go to some of the other tunnels, I can't fit in there.
Can't fit in them. Yeah. A lot of them are for like 5 foot malnutritioned Vietnam soldiers that are just waiting their lives to kill
Even
Americans.
You would struggle.
Oh,
and I know you're tiny, but you're broad.
Yeah. So she's complaining by what she's saying there that you may not be able to fit all the places. She's complaining that maybe 2,500-year-old buildings might not be able to fit this.
They didn't care about you 2,500 years ago.
No, because there were no people as big as a fucking hippopotamus back then. This is a modern thing. Oh, we are 26 seconds into this video.
We've made a lot of progress.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Not able to fit all the places.
You're plus size and worried about traveling.
Plus size travelers often face various accessibility changes.
I just recently went on a cruise, and you would think all of the excursions would have body inclusive accommodations, but there was like 3 or 4 excursions that had weight limits. If you were over 350 pounds, you couldn't attend this excursion. I feel like if you're physically able to walk a certain amount of miles, why you wouldn't be able to participate in these excursions. I know a lot of the plus.
So she's saying that she's over 350 pounds. Now that's...
Don't know how many kilos that is.
I'm just going to do the quick conversion here. I think it's about 200, right?
Yeah.
350 pounds to kilograms, right?
158
is
kilos.
158 kilos. Now, I'm not a big guy, but I'm I exercise, got a lot of muscle. I'm like 80, 85 kilos. You I think you're just hit about 100 or just under 100 at the moment.
Yeah.
You're 6'1". You're a big guy.
Yeah.
And you're 100 kilos. This woman is additional 60 kilos on you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh no, you can't, some people can't go in helicopters because they're too fat.
Yeah.
Because the thing can't hold the
It's
weight.
got to do the whole balancing with the weight.
That's right. Some people can't go on roller coasters because it can't hold the weight.
Yeah.
It's not. So what they've done is they've gone, well, the average person is like that. Average man's 80 to 100 kilos. We'll say, yeah, you should be around 80 to 100 kilos.
Bumper cars.
Go-karts. Go-karts. They're not going to go, oh, well, someone, like, they're not going to go for the outliers. Like, oh, someone could be a woman whose average weight should be like 60 to 80 kilos.
Yeah.
Is not going to go.
And the thing is,
like, she's 100 kilos over what she should be.
We're not talking about public transport.
No, we're talking about luxury items of travel.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to travel, not like a right.
Yeah.
So
This is interesting. Please keep going.
she's obviously, and you'll see it later on, she's obviously ashamed of herself, but is trying to blame society and that they should change so she won't be ashamed. And you'll find that later.
This is the other thing. When you go on these excursions, when you go on holidays, the tour provider has a duty of care to you.
Yeah.
So if you trip and fall over,
Well, that's it.
some of these places, they've literally got to carry you back to the boat.
I could probably carry 160 kilos maybe for a couple of minutes. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weight, especially if you like even the firemen's carry.
Uh-huh.
It's not like a barbell which is evenly distributed. It's a person. It's going to be fucked all over.
Yeah.
Want to see some more?
Yeah.
We're nearly, yeah. So a lot of the plus size community worry about this sort of stuff.
This community worries about like toilets that don't have a stand at the bottom that are kind of just like hanging on the wall. There's like beach lounge.
So she's worried about toilets that don't have a stand at the bottom. It's just the ones that... Imagine feeling so fat, so worried about your own body weight, that you're worried that you, anywhere you go, will break the toilet. Like, that's how fat this... Over 160 kilos.
Uh-huh.
It's
a base.
Over 350 pounds, right?
Yeah.
That's two people.
Yeah.
You know, she is two people. And imagine going to a hotel and worry that you will break the toilet. It's unfathomable. Like, you know. Or here you go. And she's talking about beach lounges.
Ones that like bend super easily. And I remember bend super easily.
Let's go back a bit.
And there's like beach loungers, like the plastic ones that like bend super easily. And I remember sitting down on it and being like, oh my gosh, if I break this, like I will be so sad just because I want to enjoy my beach time. And I don't want to have to worry about, is something going to be able to like hold my weight for an extended period of time?
See, that's the thing. If the bench does break and then she's on the floor, a lot of people are just going to roll her back into the ocean to be with the other whales. I think that's more of a worry for her than anything else. But again, imagine like you go there and you go, oh, if I sit on this lounge chair, something that's going to evenly distribute your weight, I think I'm going to break it.
That's
like,
crazy.
But as she's already said, I'm worried that I'm going to break it. Well, then maybe you're the problem, not the thing.
Not everyone else. Yeah.
Air travel has been particularly difficult to navigate.
I genuinely believe that airlines is the biggest frustration when it comes to plus size accommodations. When we're flying next to other people, my husband and I try really hard to be as small as we possibly can, but you can only do so much to make yourself small. One of the biggest worries that people have as a plus size person is having to ask in front of other people that they don't know for a seatbelt extender. People would rather put their life at risk and not wear a seatbelt versus embarrass themselves by asking for a seatbelt extender.
Oh. This is one of the things I've never had this on an airplane yet.
Yeah.
But I'm almost like, you need to buy 2 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I once again, you're broad. I'm broad at the shoulders.
Yes.
I always make sure I get an emergency exit row.
Yeah,
right.
That's it.
When I travel, I always get
I was talking to Jess about this. Like, if you're a bigger person, you have to pay the extra money,
yeah.
but at least you get the slightly longer leg room, a bit more space for your body. You don't interrupt the person next to you, and you're more comfortable for a flight. But this person here's gone, oh, well, I shouldn't have to be embarrassed by asking for a seatbelt extender. This is like next level, I'm blaming you for my embarrassment.
Yeah.
When it's...
Sorry, it's just that whole thing of trying to be small.
Like everyone does.
I can't be... Like, when I sit on these economy seats when I flew to Perth...
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to clearly touch the person next to me. Just.
But you know, I'm not a big person. But on public transport, I'm butting up against people because you know, you do enough weights, your body goes, oh, I'm a bit broader than the average Joe.
But when I've done international travel,
yeah,
with because some of the airlines you can do this, you can sort of bid for like an extra empty seat.
Yeah,
I'm always bidding for the extra empty seat.
Yeah, just to sort of give everyone a little bit more.
Because I'd hate for someone. I even just go, like, if I don't know if I'm going to be sitting next to a random person, I'd rather there be
one in the middle. Yeah. Because then you can both go, oh, we'll sort of share it, it works out, everyone's happy. But this person here, let's go back to the seatbelt extension. So this person's so fat, the standard size, which fits, 90, 95?
No, I'd say 99.
9% of people. She's that 1% that has to ask for an extender. But she feels that by asking for that, she's embarrassed. Yeah, good. Like, you should. Or, if you feel embarrassed, maybe you've got to look a little bit inward and go, maybe all the stuff that I've been putting inward, like the 400 Coca-Colas and cakes that I eat a day, maybe I should, like, cut back on that a bit, so I can fit in...
Or fly business class.
Or pay for more... Again, travel is not a right, it's a privilege, and if you can afford to travel, pay up!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Camp encourages people to speak out about their concerns and demand inclusive accommodations.
What pushes me to start asking more for accommodations that I need is just recognizing that I'm not putting someone out by, helping myself be more comfortable. If you don't bring up your concerns, people don't know how to fix concerns that they don't know exist.
She proposed a few measures that should be
I wish that there was a way that even if, like, on the reservation, we could say, I would prefer this type of chair, or I would prefer this type of accommodation. When you're making a reservation on an airline, I think that there should be a way to select that you want a seatbelt extender. And then that seatbelt extender should just be sitting on your seat when you get there. Hire people that are different sizes to come.
So she wants to avoid having to ask. She wants to be able to tick a box. And they just put the seatbelt extender there. If I saw someone that's that big, I know that they're going to get a seatbelt extender. Like, the fact that you have to ask for it, or the fact that you're just sitting there.
If they don't ask for it, the flight attendants are going to come around and give it to you.
Yeah, and the flight attendants, like, got better...
Because they'll see your seatbelt's not on.
Yeah, your flight attendants, like, what if shit happens on the last minute? And that seatbelt extended on a different seat? Like, no, just ask for it when you're there. So this one here is my favorite part of the whole thing. So she's trying to come up with ideas to help fat people enjoy their holidays more, and this is her big brain idea.
Hire people that are different sizes to come to your restaurant and sit in different places so that you're accommodating people of all different sizes. Accommodations need to be made. People want to travel, and we shouldn't be seen as the problem.
So, you're a restaurateur or a hotel owner, and what she wants as a big fat person that has no self-control is for you to hire a fat person to test all the beds and the chairs to ensure, and the toilets and the lounge chairs near the beach, to ensure that fat people won't break them when they use them. Can you imagine? Like, I wanted to make sure that Australians can use all the chairs. So you need place in London. You need to hire an Australian to ensure that we can sit comfortably in your chairs. Like that you're not like a. It's not like a disabled person. It's like, well, the disabled toilet, yeah, it should be accessible for people without legs or a wheelchair. No, you're just a person with no self-control. You're just a fat person. You can help this. We're not gonna.
I would be changing. I would be.
Oh, I'll make the doors thinner so I can't get the fat people in the fucking room.
Oh.
What's the smallest I can have a door and the door frame? I can cut it off by 3 inches? Perfect. Oh, you can't fit through the fucking door? Yeah, just go stay at someone else's hotel. Oh, you know what? I do have a fat person room, but it's an extra $1,000 fucking a night because I'm going to pay for my insurance. Comes with a defibrillator in the room.
This is the hilarious thing. There are hotels, because there are a range of different hotels.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of more of a 4-star and 5-star.
Yeah.
That could easily accommodate this.
I'm sure that they already do. The fact that she's complaining about it is even more baffling.
So once again, travelled a fair bit in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Right? The difference between a 4 and a 5-star hotel, there actually isn't much of a difference. No. Except for the 5-star hotel is basically, if you have a wheelchair, you've
got accessibility.
You've got accessibility.
Yeah. She couldn't.
If you've got a disability, you've got accessibility.
We stayed at a hotel in the.
And the lobby's bigger in a 5-star hotel.
We stayed in a hotel in Positano in Italy, my family, and they said on the actual information about the hotel, it said 500 steps to the beach, and we're like, amazing! How great's this, right? We get to the hotel, and we're like, feels really far from the beach. Doesn't seem like 500 steps. We could see the ocean, but 500. It seemed like further than 500 steps. And we're talking to the people who helping run the hotel, and they go, "Oh yeah, it is 500 steps." I'm like, "What do you mean?" They go, steps. They meant stairs.
Stairs, yeah.
And they weren't built to code standard stairs. They're ancient stairs
of different heights.
Sizes, lengths, this, that. So we're going down them, and I was 18, 19 at the time. My brother was, my parents were still very good, fit people. And we sort of it's a bit of a pain going down the stairs, pain going up as well. But I can't imagine, she's trying to go, oh, you should fix that for fat people. No, this is ancient history.
Yeah.
Nothing, no one's going to change this. This is part of what it is.
Same. If you're elderly and you can't do it, you wouldn't be going down the stairs.
Yeah, you just go, I'll choose somewhere different.
Yeah, I'll go somewhere different, choose something different to do.
Oh, amazing. I got another one about...
Same if you're in a wheelchair.
Yes. You probably wouldn't want to go to a walking tour if you're in a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair, yeah.
You probably choose something different. Do you want to see another fat person traveling video?
I do.
Yeah. It's just the nerve of them. You should accommodate for us. Why?
What about the blind people?
Yeah. I'd rather... I think it's what... people with actual disabilities, like blindness, moving leg, deformities in their body. The body positivity movement was about being blind, or having no ear, or having a birthmark on your face, or losing a leg in because of of something like diabetes, or something happened in an accident, and you lose an arm or a finger. That's what the body positivity movement was about. And these fat women have just gone, but also, we're fat, but we're proud of our bodies. No, see, there's a difference between losing a finger in a car accident And,
or a limb.
Or a limb, or being born blind or going blind because of something.
I just remember when you had your foot injury and we're down at the beach.
Yeah.
And you had crutches and we're like, yeah, well, we're going down to the beach. You're going to have to deal with the sand.
And I was like, I want to come. Like, I'll just have to deal with it. I have to shut up and live with it. That's just... I know there was nothing I could do. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to let it get in my way.
And there's nothing that we could do.
No, it's nothing... But I'm not going to let it get in my way. Not that I complained. I was like...
You just took much longer to get there.
It took longer to get there, but I'm like, yeah, worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it. Oh, I've got to sit on a plane. Yeah. Anyway, here's another one here. It's just the nerve of them to go, you have to accommodate me for my mistakes. No. That's not how it works. Oh, here's another video of fat people.
The problem with traveling when you're a plus size person is that you have so many...
How fat do you think this woman is?
200 kilos?
Oh, it has to be, right? That's two of us.
Yeah.
That's me and you together.
Yeah.
After like eating 4 pizzas.
Wow.
And drinking 18 beers. That's after going to Hofbrauhaus combined, you and I, you know?
The first time I flew, I was about 12 years old, that I remember actually not fitting in the seat.
So she was 12 years old and couldn't fit in the seat. Can you... 12-year-old Anthony, 12-year-old Turch, was a skinny little guy. Like, I was...
12-year-old Kieran loved flying on airplanes because he didn't have the problem with leg room.
There was no issues. There should have been, when you're 12 years old and you're on a plane, you should feel very comfortable and very relaxed, you know? Look, and you can see here, this is a close-up video. This is her talking to the interviewer, and she's got oxygen going into her nose. That's how fat this woman is.
She's not going to be alive. Like, 2 years.
Nah. Not the way she...
Yeah.
Didn't want to have to use the bathroom while I was on a flight because they are really not very comfortable traveling as a plus.
Oh, so bathrooms on flights, apparently, on planes, aren't very comfortable.
No, they're
not comfortable for me.
Yeah, they are not. They are not comfortable.
They're not meant. You're not meant to sit there.
Talking about trying to get past a door.
Yeah. Yes. Talking about that before. Those bathrooms are as small as they can get them because you're not meant to be there.
I feel like there's more room in the Coogee tunnels.
Yeah.
Than in an aeroplane bathroom.
Oh.
Anxiety.
As a global response, plus-size people share what traveling is like for them because...
Knowing that the seatbelt is not going to fit, knowing that the seat is going to be a little uncomfortable, and you usually are hoping and wishing you do not get stuck in the middle seat because that is notoriously known for not fitting comfortably as a plus-size person.
Or as a regular person. The
middle seat is the worst seat.
As a guy.
I won't fly if I'm on the middle seat.
I think middle seats don't work just for men. Because you're meant to have like broad shoulders. Like I'm sitting you're sitting in a chair. I'm sitting in a desk chair, and I'm taking up like the armrest. I feel like this is wider than a chair on a plane, and I feel like I can take up more room.
Yeah,
very comfortably. But here we go, more.
The worst experience I've had, I was 21 years old and my fiance, we decided to go to Hawaii. He worked at the airport, so we had airplane benefits and we were gonna fly standby. You get the last priority for seating. Whatever's left is what you're gonna get. Flying standby is something I probably wouldn't recommend for plus size people. We actually got seated in the extra row, but if you...
Oh, see that. Like, has she ever seen her feet? Like, it must be even an extra large t-shirt, and it's still not, it's like not covering most of her gut. Like, how fat do you have to get? Like, what was it?
The psychology world can treat obesity.
I was gonna say, how many months ago, like a year ago, you stepped on the scale, or you just looked at yourself and I'm way too far to go, like, it's hard to do
2.5 years ago.
And how much did you weigh?
120.
120. You're down to 100 now.
Yeah.
But you just went, no, something's going to be...
I basically went, oh my God, my shirts aren't fitting me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not good.
No, it's not good.
Because I was like, I'm not going up another size.
Yeah. I did the same thing. I'm like, something's around my belt. No, I'm gonna start cardio properly again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start I have to stop weightlifting at certain points.
I literally started with the running app.
Yeah.
And I ran for 30 seconds. Because that's basically all I could do at that time.
I get to the stage with even going to the gym doing weight training where I can't fit into shirts because my chest gets too big. And I'm like, okay, well, time to swap back to cardio until the chest and back sort of get back into a...
But my clothes gave it away.
Yeah, absolutely. This woman's... She can't even fit into her clothes. Oh, here we go.
Seated in the exit row, but if you require a seatbelt extender, which most plus size people need because it doesn't fit around our stomachs, you can't sit in the exit row, so we had to figure out who to switch seats with, and they felt very inconvenienced, which made us just feel kind of terrible.
Prior to...
Imagine that, like you get the exit row seats with the leg room and this fat person waddles over, goes, oh, can I please have that too? Because otherwise I'll feel uncomfortable in my seat. And like the fucking nerve. Like you're a disabled veteran. Or
This is why I think I said a couple of episodes ago, I'm now only flying business class. I don't want to have to deal with this. Yeah.
Here we go. This woman, Nika Richards, she's a teacher.
Ride, I ordered a seatbelt extender. I did that so that I could avoid the flight attendant asking me out loud in front of everyone, do you need a seatbelt extender? Because that would have been really embarrassing. I looked at the
See what I mean? They keep talking about the seatbelt extender and how asking for one or being asked if they want one is embarrassing. That's because you're embarrassed of yourself.
Most people would have heard it.
Yeah.
Recognize it, and then they would have moved on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, look how fat you are. Of course you need an extender. And moved on. Exactly right. The fact that it plays on their mind so much means that they're ashamed of themselves. Am I reading this wrong?
Yeah, you're very good, Dr. Turch.
measurements of the seats on the plane, how much more room you get if you let the armrests up instead of trying to sit in between two armrests. I tried to sit by the window rather than being in the aisle because there's a lot of activity that goes on in the aisle, and I want to make the experience a lot better for the people riding with me as well. I try not to fill up on anything, like no coffee, no water before I get on the plane, so that I don't have to use the restroom.
It's probably the only time in these...
I'm going to admit, that is pretty good advice for anyone sitting in the window.
That's true.
Because a couple of episodes ago, I did talk about how I stuffed up my game plan.
You did.
And...
But imagine... This is probably any plane ride these fat people take is probably the only time they don't eat or drink. For extended periods of time. You know what? Thank you.
Airplane restroom is that it's just so small. It feels gross, especially when you're in a bathroom, to where, your arms are touching the door, your arms are touching things.
When it comes to the bed, in the hotel room or in the Airbnb, the bed has to be comfortable. One time, my fiance and I had a bed that was on a very unsturdy frame, and as a plus-size couple, we immediately knew that there was going to be an issue with that frame.
People have fucked hookers on that bed and not broken it, but two fat people just laying there, not being able to fuck because they can't even find their genitals. I'm worried about breaking the bed.
Oh, no.
We have gone as far to sometimes taking the whole bed rail out and just putting it on the floor so you know that it's not going to break.
Towels are
This is real.
Wow.
By their own decisions in life, they've made their lives impossible and just made their own self embarrassed about themselves. But blaming us. Blaming the rest of the world. Oh, this one's great. Towels. Apparently towels are no good.
That it's not going to break.
Towels are definitely small for me. Like, I have not come across a towel that completely wraps around me to where I have my privacy, like going to the pool and coming out of a public restroom space. So the accommodation I've made there is to bring my own cover up. My first real...
So towels that fit around her. That's my problem. I should be more accommodating.
Well done for bringing your own cover-ups. Like,
good, yes!
Same with someone who's got, a broken foot brings their crutches.
Yes. Yes. Well, you know what? The hotel it's hard to get around. So they should have provided me a wheelchair. No. If you've got a injury and you can't walk for sustained periods of time, you should bring that stuff with you.
I bring my own pillow when I travel.
There you go.
I don't expect them to have a pillow that I like, so I bring my own pillow.
Even overseas.
Yeah. Actually, overseas, no. But
yeah. Interstate,
yeah.
Was larger than the average child. Was when I was in second grade, had to be weighed and measured in front of everyone in our class. I was the 90-pound girl, and whenever
second grade, she was 90 pounds. I can't do the thing. But she was 40 kilos in second grade. So she was like 7, 8. Like half my body weight. A 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Like that's you've got to look at like at that stage it's the parents. But the parents are going to be like, "Oh, you're a bit. Maybe you should run some laps."
Some parents live in denial.
Yeah.
Some parents, yeah.
my weight was called out, girls were laughing. My entire life, I've always been...
See, I love when fat people post themselves doing like videos like this at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't take videos of myself or photos of myself at the gym. I just go.
Ditto.
Right? Number one. But two, like, if I finish a gym session and if I look like this, like not sweaty.
I'm disgusting.
I'm disgusting. I'm
yeah.
horrible. Like, I do my run first. I run 2Ks and then I start the weights. And then maybe then I do...
I'm always embarrassed with my PT because I feel like I've just stunk his, his
that's
studio.
And sometimes I ride a bike there and ride the bike back, and then I still do a run and do my weights. So I've got like an hour. I look like shit, but I feel amazing. You know, I never look not sweaty. Even at the gym, the first thing I do is hop on a treadmill and I'm running.
I'm exhausted when I finish. I'm exhausted. Yeah.
Larger than the average child, teenager, and adult. I've pretty much been on a diet almost my whole...
I love how they always show diets. Like she's saying, "Oh, I've been living on a diet my whole time." She's got like a milkshake.
life, because I've always felt that I don't literally fit in. I've never thought that I was ugly, but because of not fitting...
So, you know, she's at the gym, apparently.
Spaces, I felt like the world did not want me around. Do not be afraid to take up space. Get the seatbelt extender. Ask to board first if you're riding on a plane so that you can get comfortable and not have to worry about disrupting anybody else. Make those certain accommodations for yourself because no one is going to make them for you.
I love when people go on diets, like fat people go on diets, think, "Oh, I'm going to do a shake." And you just saw it there. Mm-hmm. And it was like a banana, a strawberries, and like oat milk or something like that. And they're like, "Oh, that's going to fill me up." No. Like, if you really want to be like not hungry, you should eat like a can of tuna.
Yeah.
And
a piece protein.
Protein. Not sugar and milk.
Yeah.
like fruit is just sugar. And turn straight to carbohydrates.
I always question the diet that they're on.
Yes.
Or the diets they've been on.
Yeah, what do you consider a diet? Because, like, if you're still having copious amounts of bread, I'm like, well, or any sort of that, like, carbohydrates, I'm like, well, that's probably not...
I know how to lose...
Are you drinking water?
I know how to lose weight. For me, it's basically no carbs.
Yeah. No carbs, straight on, like, just protein.
Yeah.
And it just burns, and go to the gym.
Yeah.
And run. Yeah.
Look for the accommodations and don't feel embarrassed to ask for them because every body is a travel body and every body should be able to travel. So no matter what size you are, you should have the opportunity to see the world, to travel, and to feel comfortable while doing it.
The world belongs to you. And you can go anywhere and you can do anything that you want to do and don't let anyone tell you different. This is #OurStory.
Ugh. So that's fat people traveling. I could listen to them complain about this stuff. I'm pretty sure they're all going to have the same talking points. But I thought I'd just bring in two videos.
it's just...
So us straight-sized people... fucking A.
Oh, it's just the world... Yeah, I don't know, maybe there should be accommodations and all that stuff in the world.
You gotta pay more, though.
But there's just... the world is not a fair place.
You know what I think it is? I think if you only travel in the US, I think it'd be more accommodating. But if you, as soon as you fucking leave the US, you go anywhere else. You go to Europe.
I was with an elderly couple.
Asia.
In Asia.
Yeah.
No lift.
Yeah.
And they had to climb up 3 sets of stairs to get to the hotel room.
Yeah.
Couldn't get them a floor
lower.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you guys decided to travel to fucking Burma.
Yeah. That's it. As soon as these people leave, like, that woman in the first video went to Greece, and she went to, you want to go see Pompeii? Oh, you've got to walk up like a mountain to see it. You want to go see the Colosseum? Oh, you have to walk there. You just have to. Oh, you want to go see all the 5 villages in the Cinque Terre? Like these beautiful. Yeah, well, there's no transport. They're like ancient Roman towns. You have to walk between them, and it's like a 6K walk. You're going to be walking for like over an hour.
It's almost like the other thing is like, because I do the bike ride in Vietnam
Yeah.
every year. It's almost like going, oh, but if I don't train, like I haven't trained what I expect to be able to do this bike ride. It's
Yeah.
like,
You've got to do some work.
I've got to do some training and work to do it.
It's just amazing. I think people in the US, from what I've heard, like you've traveled, Jess has traveled, and both of you have said, even my parents, have gone, it's a different world. Everything's big across the board. Whereas in Europe, it's built for 2,000, 3,000-year-old Europeans.
Oh, but the fascinating thing, like being in the US, just the meal sizes, just the compared to here in Australia, you just look at the meal, and probably we in Australia eat too much.
We eat a lot here.
Yeah.
Look,
our meal size. Probably Europeans look at our meals.
You know what? When we went to,
and I'm training myself at the moment by I now have for lunches. I've now got the special whatever I buy, and I go, oh wow, this is what for me
That's
for a meal this is what I should be eating.
Yeah.
Because I'm going at lunchtime, I would eat way more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And dinner time
I just remember going to Europe, like various places, France, Italy, Spain. Oh no, I'm not going to Spain. France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland. My apologies. And ordering some sort of chicken, and they would give you half a chicken, but the chicken is like the size, like half a chicken's the size of my fist. Mm-hmm. Whereas here, if you order half a chicken,
it's a fucking huge chicken.
It's like a kilo and a half of bird.
Yeah. Well, they're specifically designed that way now.
I know,
to
but
breed and
just
grow.
Even that simple distinction, like even in Germany at Oktoberfest, they're like, oh, we have half a chicken and a salad. It's like, oh, I guess I'll have that. And it came out, it was the size of my fist. I'm like, it was a perfect size.
Oh, have you ever had chickens?
No, I've never had chickens.
They're not that big.
No.
Your backyard chickens
are
not that big.
They're tiny. Yeah. And so even just that distinction, I'm sure in the US, they've got these giant birds. Like a chicken breast is, a chicken breast should be like 200 grams. And here, sometimes you get chicken breast in like 400 grams, like double the amount. Mm-hmm. Like it's a pound of chicken in one breast. You're like, I think something's wrong. And people go, oh, I'll have one chicken breast. That's healthy. Well, not if you're eating 400 grams plus your noodles or your pasta or your rice or your, and then putting a bunch of sauce on it. That's all sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
It's amazing. But wouldn't recommend being a fat person, I guess. If anything, this podcast, it just proves to both of us that if those videos, I'm sure it does it to you, but definitely does it to me, just makes you go, I'm going to go work out like fucking crazy tomorrow. I'm going to be on the row. I'm going to get on a row machine. I've never done the row machine. I just know I'm going to get on the stair machine because that's the one that burns the calories,
I just, I think it's just the American entitledness.
Mm. Yeah. It's just amazing. Like, the fact that they want special privileges or special accommodation for yeah. Look, that's all I've got. We're at like an hour and 15. Do you want to save the news to the next time?
Sounds good. I'll save it to next time. Yeah.
Sorry, those videos were a lot. We got through all those videos a lot longer than I thought because that was just so much to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, for all your wanking needs, follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter. Give us a review. Post your reviews wherever you want. Let us know that you've done it so we can read it on the show.
Shit all over us, but give us 5 stars.
5 stars. Make lots of jokes. And if you want to send us some hate mail, death threat, rants, send it to us at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, so good to have you back in the studio for another recording.
My pleasure.
You better get that other episode out before I get this one out. And we'll see you next Thursday. Woo! Bloody straight size people. Unfucking real.
Unbelievable.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5 star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.